Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Plus Side of Nashville. Community, faith, and opportunities. Those are just three words that come to mind when I think of the organization Corner to Corner. But there's so much more than that. They're an organization teaching us to love our neighbor and be our own boss while also promoting education and financial literacy. They got a lot going on, and the executive director of Corner to Corner is my guest today. The Plus Side of Nashville starts now.
From the News Channel 5 Network, this is the Plus Side of Nashville.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Tuwanda Coleman. You know, there are a lot of nonprofits out there that are working hard to make our community better. Corner to Corner is definitely one of them. They are an organization with a number of community outreach programs that are meeting the needs of people, young and old. Shana Berkeley is the executive director, and she is here to tell us more about Corner to Corner, what they do, and how they're able to serve you. Welcome.
Hi. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm so excited to have you.
Fun.
It is, because I know a lot of folks will want to know more about this organization.
Yes.
You do so many great things in the community. You've got all kinds of branches. And how would you summarize the mission of what Corner to Corner is all about?
Yeah, on a larger scale, we are a place where all of our neighbors can flourish. That's why we were created a decade ago, and that is really what drives the work we do now. If we really want to look at a through line for our programs that we'll discuss today, it's about economic mobility. So for kids, we have a program called Script to Screen, and a kid's economic future starts at school, specifically based on their literacy and their literacy rates. And we know that Metro School kids, 2/3 of them are not reading on reading level, and that stat has not changed in 20 years.
What?
Yeah, and we cannot leave it to our educators. They're doing a fantastic job, but they need a community around them who really cares about literacy and to see how we can do it differently in this new generation to make sure that that grows. We also have a program called the Academy, where we help underestimated entrepreneurs plan, start, and grow their own small businesses, particularly Black entrepreneurs, and we know that they have 1/8 the wealth of a white family, Black families do. And again, that's just not equitable, and it's not what Nashville symbolizes, and so we want to work with Black entrepreneurs to grow those businesses. And then we have the coalition that really answered the call about racial injustice and wanted to understand how we all as neighbors can do our part to move that needle forward, and wanted to do that in some practical ways. So we'll talk about, I know, all three of those programs, but that's really our through line, that economic mobility.
So many great things there that you're doing in the community. Yeah, I do want us to sort of break each of them down, because there's something for everyone out there. And let's start with the Academy. Because that's something that we'll get into a little bit about how you came to be with one of your side hustles, as we like to say. But the Academy, for those budding entrepreneurs out there, this is something they definitely want to look into.
Absolutely. And so, again, Black women are a demographic that Goldman Sachs did a study about how 0.5%, so not even 1% of Black women own businesses in the United States, but they are the largest and fastest growing demographic of entrepreneurs, and that entrepreneur spirit in the Black community has always been there. That passion, that talent, that drive, that's not something we give them. But when we were thinking about how can we serve the community well, or really our co-founders at the beginning of the nonprofit, it was that economic opportunity, right? To eliminate those barriers and to create on-ramps to opportunity through entrepreneurship. And so we have a 10-week class, and we teach it once a week at night from 6 to 8:30 p.m. We have both virtual and in person. And in that class, we teach foundational entrepreneurship, things like your customer, your mission, your break-even point, your legal structure, your accounting principles, right? These are all necessary items and things to learn to start and grow your own small business. And they have traditionally been locked out of minority communities like the Black community. And so we bring that back, but we do it with joy and fun and celebration. We've graduated almost 700 entrepreneurs through that program, and we have about 104 volunteers who are subject matter experts or entrepreneurs that also help us to carry that along. So it really is a great space for everyone, because if you are someone who wants to be an entrepreneur, I'm a Black entrepreneur, this is a great space. And then if you say, hey, I'm an accountant, I have knowledge, I want to give back to the community, then they also are able to plug in that way as well.
So basically, if you have an idea, but maybe you haven't started the business yet, or you're in a business and you want to make it grow,
Right.
this will work for either.
Absolutely. I was a lawyer. I say I'm a recovering lawyer, right?
Yes.
But I was an attorney, and I also wanted to start a fashion business. I found that that was a way for me to create some community, even in the women in law. And so I was looking for that as well. And as someone who's gone to Vanderbilt and Belmont and really know quality education, the work that I found at Corner to Corner when I was still practicing was like mind-blowing. And then I started volunteering, and then eventually the Lord led me to become the Academy Director and recently the Executive Director. So I know firsthand through my business and the almost 700 other people who've gone through how life-changing this curriculum is and the quality of work that not only the community but the staff at Corner to Corner put in to have amazing entrepreneurs.
Wow. So you find the time to not only head up the organization as executive director, to also run your side fashion business.
I do, yeah. See, it's like they both kind of feed different parts of my personality.
Yeah.
So it's exciting to do both. And of course, you have to balance in different seasons. But it's a lot of fun. And it's necessary and right. And it's helpful for me to be able to model what I'm teaching and the things that we're growing in like small business creation and how it's accessible and attainable to all people.
That is really wonderful because there are so many people out there who have such great ideas, but they don't even know where to start.
So creative.
So yes, so many creative people out there. So if anybody out there has ideas, how can they become a part of the Academy? What do you have to do?
Absolutely. So if you are someone who says, I have a business dream, I want to turn that into a money-making reality, they can visit our website, theacademynashville.org. So that's ACADEMY, theacademynashville.org. And then everything you need to know is on that website. It's a button that says, like, count me in.
Yeah.
And we want to learn more about it. And it tells them all about the enrollment process. If you're someone who says, I want to volunteer, this is where my heart sings and where my passion grows, they can just send me an email, Shana@cornertocorner.org. That's corner.org.
That is so wonderful. I love that part of what you all do, but there's so many I love. But and one of your other success stories has been a guest on Talk of the Town as well, a show that I produce. The Coneheads owner, Marcus Bugg, with the fabulous chicken and the waffle inside the waffle. It's fabulous.
Yes.
So he's been a part of your program. Lots of great success stories have come out, and I saw them on your website.
Yeah, they've put about $13 million so far into the neighborhood economy. We have everyone from a notary to a restaurateur. Actually, Marcus owns 2 locations, different consultants, public speaking, a gym that's over in East Nashville called 80/20 Fitness. Lots of other people who do fashion, men's fashion, Spice and Made fashion, photo booths, UBF photo. It's so many people. It's
the
hard to
sky's
keep
the
them all.
limit. Just whatever your idea.
Owners have come through. A lot of amazing things. I've actually been on Talk of the Town through my fashion business a long time ago. So we've been around the same circles, and it really has just been a way for people to say, this is who I am, and this is how I show up in the world, and then us being able to come alongside of them to just give them that support and community that they need to grow that business.
I love that. Well, I know another connection with News Channel 5 is our own Claire Kopsky, my colleague, did a story on your Script to Screen program recently, which I just thought, wow, how come I didn't think of that? That is so clever.
Thank you.
You're helping young people have fun learning, and they don't even know it.
Exactly. So Script to Screen helps kids fall in love with literacy through making their own movies. And I gave that statistic about the reading level because we really know that a kid's economy starts in the 3rd grade, and being able to pass that 3rd grade reading test, it really defines the future that they could have. Studies show that kids who have proficient reading make $29,000 more than kids who do not have proficient reading every year. So that's not just one 29,000. That's yearly, based on reading levels and really that confidence around reading as well. And so what we do is our kids watch a movie, so it may be Black Panther, maybe Inside Out, Spider-Man and Spider-Verse, whatever they are feeling in that moment. They watch that movie while they're reading the scripts and the screenplay. Why? Because they're saying, oh, this is coming from the page. This excitement, this anger, this angst, this experience that I'm having, the things that I love, from YouTube to movies to TikTok, all of that is happening on the page. After they watch that movie, then they transition to writing their own screenplay, and we give them words they need to know, vocabulary words, understanding literacy. They work as a team, so they also have teamwork, confidence to speak up, to try new skills. We bring in industry experts to teach them how to use boom mics and cameras, teaching them the rule of thirds. And then they create and edit and debut their own movies. And I love these movies because you're watching them like, how did this, like, you know, it's so, there's lots of plot holes, right?
Yes.
But the joy and the confidence that they have in creating these movies, you cannot replicate through anything else. And we've had so many parents come to us and say, thank you so much for giving my kid a place to be creative, to not be afraid, to be silly. Because we work through 4th through 8th grade. So that's when they're like too cool for school, right?
Oh, yes, they are.
To really find that quote unquote childhood again. And then to say, if I want to do this, I know a pathway forward, to get them out of the house and into the world and tapping right back into that creativity. So it has been, that's our newer program, but it's one that has really been so fulfilling. And especially because of that COVID slip through education, we found that it's been so necessary.
I just love it. There's so much more I want to talk to you about with Corner to Corner, but we got to take a break. And we'll be back with more.